Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Outdoors Britain. This evening we're going to head down to my golf course permission to see if we can knock a few bunnies over for the pot. I'm not going to waste time rambling because we are leaving a bit later than what I'd planned, so I'll see you when we get there. Right, rifle seems to be on. I've already checked the zero. I did follow the usual procedure and get a target out and check it. Yeah, there was nobody here. I had to drive around the car park. The place is deserted. Yeah, so I'm going to get my gloves on. I'm not wearing a balaclava again. Just again because it's quite humid out tonight and I just don't really want it on my face. So yeah, I'm just going to spray the inside of the bag with the good old Verback in case we shoot any little flea bags. And yeah, I'm going to head out onto the course. So hopefully with a little bit of luck, the next bit of footage you see will be on the pod. See you in a bit. And back to the car for a nice cold bottle of water. Oh dear, well, I'm absolutely over the moon to get those two. Oh, considering I've been on a bit of a hiatus recently. I know we've had a few like in the last couple of videos, but or video or two, whatever. Yeah, I think the first one I did when I got back, that was like the best shoot ever for a really long time, getting 4, and nobody's bloody watched it. Yeah, and then I think the last shoot, that wasn't too bad. But yeah, this one, I'm really over the moon to get those two, especially given the conditions outside. It started off really hot and humid, and then all of a sudden the wind started blowing and it started raining. And it wasn't even forecast for this neck of the woods. And yeah, so I think we did pretty well to get those two. Yeah, I'm soaking wet. I've got soggy knees and elbows where I've been stalking and stuff. But yeah, that first one, I'm really glad I got that, because the last time I was here, I saw it and it hopped it into the long grass and carried on going. But this time it saw me in the same, I saw it in the same place, and it saw me and it hopped it into the long grass, but this time it stayed put. So I went out and just laid on top of the bank that it was sitting behind, and as you saw, it was pretty close in the long grass, and I had a clear shot. It was what, about 17-18 yards, something like that. So a little bit of hold under, and yeah, we got it, knocked it over stone dead. And then that second one, I'd actually walked all the way up to the far side of the main course, as there just wasn't really much happening down here on the small course. And like I've said before, sometimes it's if there's nothing much happening down on the small course, it can be worth just heading up to the warren on the far side of the main course. There's only one warren on there, and it's pretty big. I'd say the small course is probably about 50-60 acres, and the main course is about 140, 150, something like that. And yeah, it paid off. But of course when I got there, that wind was really sort of strong and blustery, and sort of quite unpredictable. And obviously it was raining as well. Not heavy, but raining all the same. And I thought, well, instead of start again. So where I actually approached that rabbit from the north, and I had sort of heading south, and the wind was blowing from the west towards the east. I thought, well, instead of getting down on the floor here and shooting from north to south across an east to west strong, blustery, unpredictable wind, I thought, if I move round from a sort of northern position round towards the east and sort of get on his flank from an elevated position, it would be a lot easier for me to get it, because where I was shooting, where I'd moved round and got on his flank, I was shooting, like I said, from an elevated position down a really steep bank, and it was a sort of dead spot in terms of the wind. So the wind was just sort of blowing from behind me, and but not really dropping down the bank. So yeah, just the tiniest bit of holdover. In fact, it's probably not even enough to actually notice on the footage. But yeah, it was just a little bit further than my zero, and yeah, knocked it over stone dead. Yeah, it had a little bit of sort of spring in its death, but as you saw in the footage, it was stone dead by the time it hit the ground. Anyway, I'm like I just said, I've got like wet trousers now. My knees are all soggy and my elbows, and yeah, I've had enough now, so I'm going to quit while I'm ahead and head for home. Because obviously now I've got the gun wet out in the rain, that's another job I've got to do. So I've got to gut and skin those rabbits and strip the rifle down and dry it all off and give it a wipe over with an oily rag. So enough of my rambling, and I'll see you when I get home. And I'm home. Well, I'm really pleased we actually got something. It's yeah, we seem to be doing alright at the moment. On the rabbits, the last 3 videos we've managed to get something, so yeah, really pleased. Yeah, sorry this one's been another short but sweet one. Yeah, I really hope you've enjoyed this episode. That is the end. Thank you for watching.